Are you tired of feeling like you're not attracting the right kind of women? Not every guy has found that right woman yet, like I have. And so today we're going to show you how to develop a masculine frame with 5 traits that women truly want you to have, even if they say they don't want to in this modern age. Let's get into it.
Here's the $1,000,000 question. How do men like us reach our full potential and grow into the men we dream of being while taking care of our responsibilities, working, being good husbands, fathers, and still take care of ourselves? That's the question, and this podcast will help you with those answers. My name is Brent, and welcome to the Fallible Man Podcast.
Welcome to the Fallible Man Podcast, your home for all things man, husband, and father. Big shout out to Fallible Nation. You guys make these things possible, and a warm welcome to our first time listeners. My name is Brent, and I am the Fallible Man. So what is a masculine frame, right? This is a newer phrase that didn't get to be thrown around a lot when I was younger. So I looked into the actual definitions, right? And it said a man with a masculine frame can be strong and powerful while still being able to control his emotions. He's composed, calm, collected, and he exudes confidence. Women are attracted to his manhood and respond positively to his aura. Many either admire him or despise him. A masculine frame refers to the internal mindset and external behaviors that exude confidence, assertiveness, and strength, while still not being a total tool or jackass about it. I threw in that last part to make it accurate. Now, see, growing up, I would have just called this is a masculine man, but apparently masculine frame is the correct word. And at 43, I have to make sure I'm getting the correct terminology these days because, terms change. People use different ways of saying the same thing. It's all kind of funny to me, but so that's the new masculine, right? Man. That's what we would have called it growing up. But I guess it's a masculine frame these days. Oh, well. Well, today we're going to discuss 5 key traits that are essential to developing a masculine frame, including delusional self-belief. Yeah, I know it sounds weird. Willingness to lead, self-control, unwavering in who you are despite the woman, and unwavering emotional control. Now, if those sound funny to you, give it a chance, stick with me, and see where it goes. Give it a shake. We'll see what you think of it. So the first one, delusional self-belief, right? Now, I know this probably sounds a little odd to, most people, right? A delusional self-belief is the ability to maintain an unwavering belief in yourself, even when facing challenges and setbacks. This trait is essential to develop a strong, confident demeanor that women find attractive. However, it is important to balance this trait with a touch of humility and a willingness to be open-minded and learn from others. You have to be your biggest fan, guys, including being willing to act on your own thoughts and beliefs. Now, I actually do this one pretty well. I don't have all of this perfect, trust me, but I do this one pretty well because I am my biggest fan. I like me so much, I don't actually need other people to like me. And I will be the first to say this can rub people the wrong way, okay? There's a fine line, my wife tells me all the time, between confidence and cocky, and I don't always walk it well. That's my honesty right there. I don't always walk it well, but I stride that line, and you have to, okay? Being a strong man, being a confident man with a masculine frame, you have to actually kind of stride that line. And believe it or not, that actually, if you cross over into the cocky side of it too much, can be obnoxious, but it's actually very attractive to a lot of people. People who spend all their time contemplating everything but never take actions on their own thoughts and beliefs and ideas, they betray their lack of confidence in themselves. Sometimes you have to believe in yourself so much that you're ready to take action, even if the odds seem really high that you won't be successful or it won't work out or things don't seem perfect. You have to wake up and love yourself for who you are and who you're becoming, because why would you want to be someone else? My general thought every day, I don't want to be anybody else. Honestly, I can honestly say that. I'm at a place in my life where I don't want to be anybody else because I wake up and people I look up to, right? I still have people I look up to. I still have mentors. I look at what I like about what they're doing and I think, I'll get there. I can learn that. I can figure that out. I can I just haven't stepped through those hurdles yet. But that's where you want to be as a man. You have to be delusionally confident in yourself to the point of just being your biggest fan. I don't know how to better say it. I'm going to beat that one to death, I guess. I don't know. You have to believe in yourself even when nobody else is, or you don't think anybody else is, because that level of confidence is incredibly attractive and it will make you a happier person, I promise. Now, before we go any further, I don't always share with you guys how much I love doing the podcast and how it's affected my life. Doing the podcast has increased my speaking ability. I get to meet all kinds of interesting people. It's great for my business, and I just really love it. And part of the reason I love it is I shove off some of the hard work on my good friends over at Grow Your Show. If you're interested in creating your own podcast, whether for a hobby or to expand your business, Grow Your Show is a podcast one-stop. Okay, I can literally hit record and just send it to them. That's not how I do my show, but if you don't want to do the nitty-gritty, that's fine. I like doing that stuff. It's a one-stop shop, and I love those guys. They've helped my show so much. So if you're interested in starting your own podcast or maybe expanding your business with a podcast, go see my friend Adam over at Grow Your Show. I promise you they will take care of it. Back to our show. Number 2, guys, it's a willingness to lead. Now, this should seem fairly apparent if you listen to my other stuff. Okay, if you've listened to the podcast before, if you're new, this probably shouldn't stand out too much as well, because this is a trait that we generally try and include with men, right? When we talk about masculinity. A willingness to lead involves taking charge and making decisions confidently. This trait is crucial in relationships, as women are attracted to men who can take that lead and make decisions. However, it's important to note that being a leader does not always mean being in control, and certainly doesn't mean being dismissive of other opinions. She may not want you to make every decision. My wife doesn't want me to make every decision, but you should be ready to if you need to. You should always take other people's input, their thoughts, their feelings into consideration if it's valid input, but be ready to take charge when you need to. Now, being willing to take the lead doesn't mean that you always have to lead. Remember, being willing to lead means that you simply can and are willing to step up to it, not that you're always going to be in charge, not that you're always going to get your way or make the decisions. But as a man, if you want to be attractive to women, you have to be willing to be a leader, because women are looking for that. Now, I'm going to have a lot of women who get really bent about this episode, and that's okay. I've had some experience, and I promise, guys, these 5 traits are critical to having that masculine frame that women find incredibly, incredibly attractive. And half the time they don't even realize that they find it attractive. It's kind of funny. Number 3 is self-control. You must have self-control. Self-control involves managing your emotions and your impulses. This trait is essential to maintaining a strong masculine frame. It's especially important in situations that may trigger anger or frustration. Women are attracted to men who can remain calm and composed in any situation. However, self-control is much more than that, right? Self-control is why we aren't running around and doing stupider things than we do sometimes, right? Self-control is part of what separates us from dogs, guys. Let's be honest. The fact that you're not running up and humping people's legs, right? That's self-control. Now, I've seen beautiful women, and I know that you're attracted to beautiful women. And guess what? If you run up and try and hump their leg, you deserve to get punched in the face or worse. Just saying. Okay? But self-control is bigger than just our attractiveness to women and our ability to control ourselves around attractive women. With this whole toxic masculinity movement, there's a big, how do I say this? There is a big floating concept out there that most guys are no better than dogs, right? People are going to extremes saying that they feel like they're going to get assaulted just walking down the street. That's ridiculous. If you live in a neighborhood where you're afraid you're going to get assaulted walking down the street, you're hanging with the crowd, wrong crowd, or living in the wrong place. Just, that's how it is. But self-control extends farther. And that self-control making you more attractive extends farther. For example, how's your health? It's a self-control issue. If you're carrying around too much body fat, self-control issue. If you get winded walking to your mailbox, self-control issue. My gut has to do with self-control issue. I see ice cream, I have very little self-control. It's something I'm growing in and trying to work on. How's your bank account? Self-control issue. You don't have to make a fortune to have money in the bank or to have money on hand if you need it. You have to have self-control to control your spending urges and the way you live. If you're living above your means, that's a self-control issue. How about your time management? It's a self-control issue. If your time management is crap, it's because you aren't controlling your time well. It's because you aren't doing the things that you know you need to do. It's because you're overscheduling and overextending yourself. That's a self-control issue. How about your vices? I have vices. Most people have vices. Are you in control of them, or are they in control of you? Have they become more than vices? Have they become addictions? Have they become distractions to your life? These are self-control issues. Trust me, having it together makes you more attractive as a person, not just to women. It makes you more attractive as a person. And self-control extends to a lot of parts of our life. So it's something we all need to work on. Like I said, I know I got some work to do on it. And I'm wagering that in one of those areas, you might have some work to do on it too. Number 4, guys. This one gets people every time. I'm so tired of this. Become unchanging in who you are, regardless of her looks. 4th trait is the ability to remain unchanging in who you are because of her looks. Now, I'm saying it that way, but let's re-say that, right? How about become unchanging and unwavering in who you are, despite how attractive you find her? That's a more accurate phrasing of this. I phrased it wrong, and I'm sorry. The notes are going to look all wonky. The trait involves recognizing that true confidence comes from within and is not dependent on external factors such as appearance. Women are attracted to men who are comfortable in their own skin and can appreciate the beauty of a woman without being intimidated by it. We'll see if I can talk today. You see, what people have termed simps, right? Have you seen that term? I really hate that term. I think it's one of those modern terms that is used on the internet that just sucks. But for all intents and purposes, it's actually a great example right here. So we see the guys people call simps, right? Men who fall all over themselves over women. Men who lose all sense of self and give up all their personal activities. They blow off friends. They give up their goals over women. On the internet, we see it even worse because we see men losing it all over non-reachable women, over internet tramps and, Instagram hotties and all that. We see guys simping on and like dumping money into OnlyFans and Pornhub and all these other places and dumping money on women they will never touch or have. They just go to pieces over these women. Well, we all have friends who do that too, right? Men who lose their shit over a woman they're attracted to is a simp. If she was attracted to you and you go acting like this, she's not going to be attracted to you. She's not going to stay attracted to you. Go back to that first trait. Be confident in yourself. Become your biggest fan. Women are drawn to men who have a purpose, they have a mission, they have a focus, and they are locked onto their goals. Men who are on track to where they want to go are much more attractive to women than guys who fawn over women. Okay, they're drawn to guys with similar goals. And guess what? She's more drawn to who she thinks you're going to be, to who she thinks you're going to be, to where she thinks you're going to go, than she is to you right now. Okay, she's more attracted to your future than to you in this present moment, guys. So men who have purpose and focus in their life, focus on their goals, are a lot more attractive. Don't change who you are. If she likes you right now, changing who you are is absolutely going to ruin you. And if you think she doesn't like you enough, changing who you are is just going to get you crushed. It's not going to do anything for you at all. So guys, get locked into who you want to be. Don't play the game. Don't fall apart over a pretty face. We've all been guilty of it. Okay. I'll admit it. We've all made that mistake. A lot of the guys manage to grow out of it in their younger years, but not all of them. Don't change who you are over an attractive woman. Be who you are. Let them be attracted to you, not to who you think they want you to be or to how much you can give them. Or there's a name for those, and most of them are on OnlyFans. Okay. Now, before we hit number 5, guys, we're going to roll to our other sponsor, GhostBed, and we'll be right back.
How well do you sleep at night? Do you toss and turn and wake up more tired than when you went to bed? Sleep is commonly one of the critical elements people fall short on in their life. The quality of sleep you get directly affects your ability to control your weight, your ability to add muscle, your stress levels, and your everyday job and life performance. If you're ready to move to the next level, then sleep has to be part of the plan. Check out our friends at ghostbed.com if you're ready to get your best sleep. I love my ghost bed. I've been sleeping on one for a couple years and has made a huge difference in how I sleep. Hit ghostbed.com and use the code TheFallibleMan30 to get 30% off your order and start getting better night's sleep tomorrow. Now, let's go on to the show.
Welcome back, guys. And I got to shout out, you just saw the ad for GhostBed or listened to the ad for GhostBed, depending on what platform you're on, guys. I love my GhostBed. I've been sleeping on a GhostBed for years. I still love them, and I have a lot of love for them. They have a lot of faith in us by giving us that discount and letting us share that with you guys. So if you're in the market for a bed, it's actually where I learned about GhostBed was on a podcast just like mine. So, hey, here we go, full circle, right? Number 5 is unwavering emotional control. There, so get the right one on the video. The 5th final trait is unwavering emotional control, which involves maintaining emotional stability in any situation. This trait is essential, guys. It's essential in maintaining a masculine frame, and it's especially essential and important in situations where there's something that could trigger anxiety or stress or anything else that sends you over the edge, right? This could be essential on the road, right? If you're a road rage person. Women are attracted to men who can remain calm and level-headed, even in the face of adversity. Now, this is a weird one, okay? Because women tell us they want us to be emotional and tell us we repress our emotions. Well, you have feelings and emotions the same as she does, but you need to master and control your emotions and your feelings. Women associate emotional outbursts with children or other women, not high-value men. She wants you to be in touch with your feelings, and I'm air quoting that for all of you on the audio version of the show, but not be driven by them or manipulated by them. There's a time and a place for everything, and you need to process your emotions. Okay, I would never tell you not to. It's unhealthy to bottle them up and not have a healthy outlet for them. But there is a time and a place for everything. And despite what you hear from a lot of loud, annoying, whiny voices about men are out of touch with their feelings and men need to open up. Shut up. No, they don't. Okay. Men need to process their emotions. That is correct. No woman wants a whiny man that is as emotional or acts as emotional or even more so than she does. It's unappealing, it's unattractive, and to develop your masculine frame, you need to master processing your emotions in a healthy time and place in a healthy way. Emotional outbursts are unattractive to anybody. And guys, developing a strong masculine frame is an ongoing process that requires dedication. I know, big words, right? Self-awareness. Ooh, ow, that one hurts. Willingness to learn and grow. Oh, you're killing me, Brent, right? Trust me, that's how I feel about it some days too. By focusing on these 5 key traits, delusional self-belief, willingness to lead, self-control, becoming unchanging in who you are despite who she is, and having unwavering emotional self-control or emotional control, you can cultivate the confident, assertive demeanor that women find attractive in men. You will hear women scream all day long at this point that we don't need men. I don't need a man. Okay, great. You can be alone. That's cool. Your choice, no big deal. They will also tell you that The old ways of chivalry and being what we would call a gentleman are outdated. I don't need a man to hold the door for me. I don't need a man. You know what? Women are a whole lot happier when you stay along that masculine frame and some of those stoic concepts that you hear out there of controlling your emotions and so on and such forth, right? There's a lot of validity in that. And there are probably some really loud feminists out there, and I don't mean that in a disrespectful way, who truly believe they don't want men like this anymore. That's fine. There are more women who want men like this, who want that traditional gentleman who has it on lock, who is driven, who is confident, who is strong emotionally and physically. We didn't even talk about that. That's a whole nother show, talking about your physical masculine frame, because that matters. Men who have self-control, men who will lead the way. There are a lot more women who are still interested in men like that than there are that are not. So chew on that for a while. Guys, let me know in the comments what you think of that. Like I said, I'm probably going to get a lot of flack for the show, but I don't really care. That's fine. I can get some flack for a show. It doesn't bother me. Now, guys, it is Friday, so let's share a listener review, because you guys just blow me away with how kind you are. I want to highlight listener Cam in 95C. Good content for all men and all people. 5-star review. It's easy to listen to an episode and start to think that there isn't things that are applicable. However, I found that listening to this podcast, there are topics that are absolutely pertinent to my life, and the way the host presents this topic is well done. Thank you. For example, there's no finger pointing. It's, this happened to me, it can happen to you, let's fix it together type of mentality. This is great as it causes the listener to be more open to suggestions, i.e. the dopamine topic. I look forward to listening to more in the future. Cam in 95C, brother, thank you so much. I appreciate the generous review. These reviews help us so much, guys, and I can't thank you enough to tell you how much they mean to me, how much they help us on the show. They help us get out to more people with positive reviews. Apple Podcast shares my podcast out farther and wider to other listeners, because they go, oh, look, this must be an okay show after all, huh? The guy's not a complete idiot. And we'll see about that. But thank you for that generous review. You guys help us so much when you leave these reviews for us, and I'm very grateful for it. Guys, I love working with men because I know that you guys are the key to making this world a better place. If you're jammed up right now and having problems jumping over a little hurdle, or there's that next step and you just can't quite work your way around it, and you'd like to come work with me directly, I do coaching. You can go to thefallibleman.com/coaching and schedule a discovery call. Let's see if I'm the right person to work with you, or maybe I can point you to one of my friends who does coaching as well. Let us walk with you. Let us help you, because we all need help, guys. I have a business coach and mentor, so we all need help in different areas of our lives. You shouldn't feel like you have to work alone. You shouldn't feel like you have to walk alone. And that's why we have the Fallible Man. We're here to walk with you and to help you on your journey, just like you're here going to help other men along their journey. Join us on Fallible Nation, on our Facebook group, Fallible Nation. If you haven't been, join us there, where we can support each other in real time. And until next time, guys, be better tomorrow because of what you do today. We'll see you on the next one.
This has been the Fallible Man Podcast, your home for everything man, husband, and father. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss a show. Head over to www.thefallibleman.com for more content and get your own Fallible Man gear.